Every time you leave your golden alone, there is one thing you should do first, and almost no owner does it. Skip it, and your golden spends those hours in quiet distress. Do it, and everything changes for them. There are 7 things that make being alone easier for your golden, all backed by science. And the last one will follow you for the rest of your life. Subscribe if you love your golden. I post these every few days. Let's get into it. Number 7. Before you walk out the door, turn something on. A television, a radio, a podcast, anything with human voices in it. Most owners leave the house and let it fall completely silent. And to a golden, silence is not peaceful, it is the sound of absence. Your golden has spent their whole life in a home filled with the low hum of human presence. Your footsteps, your voice, the clatter of the kitchen. When all of that vanishes at once, the silence itself becomes a signal that something is wrong. Researchers studying dogs left home alone have found that background noise with human voices measurably lowers stress markers in dogs during separation. The voices do not fool them into thinking you are home. They do something gentler. They fill the empty space with the texture of human life, so the house does not feel abandoned. So the next time you leave a voice on for them. A talk show, the news, anything where people are speaking calmly. It costs you nothing, and to your golden, it turns a silent, frightening house into one that still feels alive. And number 6 is even simpler and even more powerful. Number 6. Leave them something that smells like you. Not a clean shirt from the closet, a worn one. The t-shirt you slept in, the sweater you wore yesterday. Something that carries your scent at full strength. Place it in their bed or on the floor where they rest. Here is why this matters so much. Your golden's entire emotional map of you is built on scent. Where your nose has about 6 million olfactory receptors, your golden has around 300 million. When you leave, your scent slowly fades from the house, and as it fades, so does their sense that you still exist somewhere nearby. A worn piece of your clothing keeps that anchor alive. Studies on canine separation have shown that dogs given an item carrying their owner's scent settle faster, rest more deeply, and show fewer signs of distress. To your golden, burying their nose in your old sweater is the closest thing to lying next to you. It is a piece of you they can hold on to until you come back. And number 5 is one most owners never think to do before they leave. Number 5. Tire them out before you go. The single biggest mistake owners make is leaving a golden alone when that golden is full of unspent energy. A golden who has been lying around all morning, then suddenly finds themselves alone, has nothing to do with all that energy except turn it inward into pacing, whining, chewing, and anxiety. But a golden who has had a real walk, a game of fetch, or 15 minutes of hard play before you leave is a different animal entirely. They are calm, they are satisfied, and most importantly, they are ready to sleep. Veterinarians who specialize in canine behavior consistently recommend exercise before departure as one of the most effective tools for reducing separation stress. A tired dog does not sit by the door counting the minutes. A tired dog curls up and rests through most of the time you are gone. So before you leave for the day, give them 20 minutes. Walk them, throw the ball, let them burn what they have. You are not just exercising their body, you are giving them the gift of sleeping peacefully through your absence instead of suffering through it. Quick pause here because the next few are the ones that change everything. If your golden has ever struggled when you leave and you have felt that pang of guilt walking out the door, do me a favor and subscribe. It is the one thing that keeps these going, and the most important one is still ahead. All right, so far we have made the house feel alive, kept your scent close, and burned off the nervous energy. But the next one is not about what you leave behind, it is about how you leave. And most owners get it completely wrong. Number 4. Number 4. When you leave, do not make a big emotional goodbye. I know how hard this one is. Your golden is looking at you with those eyes, and every instinct in you says to kneel down, hold their face, tell them you will miss them, and make a long, loving farewell. But here is the truth that science has shown us again and again. The bigger the emotional goodbye, the worse the separation is for your dog. When you make a dramatic exit, lots of petting, a sad voice, repeated I'm sorries, you are not comforting your golden. You are teaching them that your departure is a major emotional event. You are confirming their fear that something is wrong. Behaviorists who treat separation anxiety almost always start with the same instruction to owners. Make your departures calm and boring, low-key, almost dismissive. A quiet word, a gentle pat, and out the door. To your golden, a calm exit says, this is normal, this is nothing, I will be back, there is no reason to worry. The hard part is that it feels cold to you, but to them, it is one of the kindest things you can do. And number 3 turns the empty hours into something your golden can actually use. Number 3, give them a job. A golden is a working breed, bred for centuries to use their mind and their mouth to complete tasks. When you leave them with nothing to do, all of that capability has no outlet. But when you leave them with a puzzle, a treat-filled toy, a frozen food puzzle, a chew that takes real effort, you give their mind something to lock onto in the first, hardest minutes after you leave. Those first minutes matter more than any other part of your absence. The moment you walk out the door is when separation distress peaks. If, in that exact moment, your golden has a job that demands their full attention, you redirect the spike of anxiety into focused work. Studies on enrichment have shown that dogs given a problem-solving task at the moment of departure show dramatically lower stress and recover their calm far faster. So leave them a puzzle worth solving. Make the hardest moment of their day the moment they are most absorbed in a task. And number 2 is the one that holds all of this together. Number 2, keep your routine exactly the same every single time. Goldens, more than almost any breed, run their entire sense of safety on predictability. They cannot read a clock. They do not know if you are leaving for 20 minutes or 12 hours. The only way they make sense of your comings and goings is through pattern, the same sequence of actions in the same order every time you leave. You pick up your keys, you put on your shoes, you fill their water, you turn on the radio, you say the same words. When that pattern stays identical, your golden's nervous system learns to read it, and instead of panic, they feel the calm of recognition. This is what the leaving looks like. I know this. I have seen this 1,000 times. And every time, the person came back. Researchers in canine cognition have found that predictable routines are one of the strongest buffers against separation anxiety. The chaos of an unpredictable departure keeps a dog in a constant state of low alarm. A predictable one lets them relax into a pattern they trust. So build a leaving routine and never break it. The sameness itself is a comfort. And number 1 is the most important thing you will ever do before you leave your golden. The one thing that, more than any other, tells them they are safe. Number 1. This is the one. The single most important thing to do every time you leave your golden alone. Teach them, through repetition, that your leaving always ends in your return. Here is what that means in practice. Every time you leave, say the same short phrase, "I'll be back." The same 3 words in the same gentle tone every single time you walk out the door. At first, the words mean nothing to them, but your golden is always learning, always connecting patterns. And over weeks and months, those words become attached to a promise. The promise that has been kept every single time. You said, "I'll be back," and then you came back. You said it again, and again you returned. Slowly, that phrase stops being a sound and becomes an anchor, a small spoken contract between the two of you. When you say, "I'll be back," your golden's body settles because in their entire experience, those words have always, always been followed by your return. And here is the part of this video that is the hardest to say. Your golden does not know when you walk out that door whether you are coming back. They cannot reason about it. They cannot tell themselves it will be fine. All they have is the pattern you have built and the trust that the door always opens again. So, salmon does have iron in it, but it's not a lot. There's better sources of iron. The gift of certainty in a world they cannot control. And one day, years from now, there will be a final goodbye, the one that does not end in your return. When that day comes, the thing that will comfort you is knowing that every single time before it, you made your leaving gentle. You made your coming back certain. You spent their whole life teaching them that they were safe, that they were not abandoned, that you always came home to them. So while you still have every ordinary goodbye ahead of you, treat each one like it matters. Say the words, keep the promise, come back to them again and again, and let every return be one more piece of proof that they were right to trust you. Because the goodbyes are countless until suddenly they are not, and the love you put into each small return is the love they carry with them all the way to the end. So before you leave your golden alone again, remember the 7 things that make all the difference. Remember number 7, leave a human voice on, so the house never feels abandoned. Remember number 6, leave something that smells like you. Remember number 5, tire them out so they can sleep instead of suffer. Remember number 4, keep your exit calm and boring, not dramatic. Remember number 3, give them a job for the hardest first minutes. Remember number 2, keep your leaving routine exactly the same. And remember number 1, teach them every single time that your leaving always ends in your return. If this video gave you something you can use the next time you walk out the door, then you made it all the way to the end. And the people who watch all the way through are the ones whose goldens never doubt they will come home. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, where I break down what your golden is really telling you when they stare at you from across the room. Take good care of that golden of yours, and the next time you leave, say the words and mean them.